Yo, what's up guys, welcome back di game Sherlock Holmes chapter 1. Dan langsung aja kita lanjutkan gameplaynya. Dan terakhir kali kita udah sampai di Bernadotte Company dan ini menuju ke kantor utamanya guys ya. Jadi di sini tuh ada barang yang kita cari guys ya. Dan ternyata mungkin di sini berhubungan dengan namanya penjualan barang-barang gelap alias ilegal. Ini black market mungkin ya, sejenisnya ya penjualnya. Tapi oke, langsung aja kita lanjutkan investigasi kita ya, karena dua korban udah jatuh ya. Yang satu adalah pelaku yang disuruh ya guys ya, yang ternyata dia meninggal sendiri karena tertancap pisau yang dia bawa. Yang kedua,
The Bernadotte Company Limited Trade Network reaches the most
sang artis ya, Mercurio ya kan?
It must be very convenient for a man like Bernadotte.
Dan gak hanya itu ya, di sini juga memperkerjakan orang-orang Afrika tuh dengan cara paksa guys ya. Lo ngapain?
This is it. This is where all the magic happens.
Wall magic. Apa sih? Nah ini dia Bernadotte-nya guys.
I suppose it's Mr. Bernadotte with our fine governor.
Itu ya orang yang kita cari ya. Corona
1875.
Yep.
It's taken a few years back.
Kemungkinan besar
John,
dia
how
itu
many people in Cordona have a
berkaitan dengan
photograph
kasus
with
yang
the governor, do you
sedang
think?
kita
You definitely don't
selidiki
have
ini
one.
guys.
Please don't shoot me. I have a family.
Oke, tenang aja. Saya cuma oprek-oprek doang di sini ya. Oke, lot of payment, inspection paper. Oke.
Spare me.
Ya.
So, you've cut through all the guards just to talk to me. And come here.
Itu
We
orangnya.
shall talk.
Orangnya itu guys. Tok. Dia mau tok. Saya mau bicara dengan orang. Dia gak gitu. Look at this. Ya, look at this guys. Ini makhluk satu ini. Ya. Oh, banyak banget koleksinya guys ya. Oke. Ini dari apa? Little girl. Oh. Oke. Udah itu aja. Alright.
Whenever you're ready.
Ini dia
I
orangnya.
hate to
Kita interogasi observers. Dia berkumis. Oh bukan. Oh, tato ini guys. Ya, ini sama dengan tato korban yang mencoba untuk memaksa si Naila ya untuk bekerja guys ya. Yang meninggal yang di refugee camp. Nah ini dia, kan tatonya dua tuh yang di refugee ya. Itu dia guys. 3 apa ya? Pemimpinnya kah? Atau ranknya lebih bawa pistol pak dia pak. Oke. This is a dirty work. Damage skin. Oh. Oke, udah menikah. Mau pistol pak ya. Kejam nih orang jangan-jangan nih. Ya mana lagi guys ya. Dia hidupnya di dunia gelap. Black market ya. Jadi wajar sih. Oke, kita tentukan guys ya karakternya apa ya. Ini kalau bahasa is a harsh gang leader nggak tuh ya. Wow, everything business he being confident manage and then the danger can be near but still hold in. Oke, dia bawa pistol untuk jaga-jaga kalau ada hal yang berbahaya. Oke, siapa satunya? A cruel gang leader who isn't afraid to get his hand dirty. Oh ini guys, hand dirty tadi ya. Ada tuh ya. Di situ ya tadi ya. Oke, jadi dia nyuruh pak. Ini dia. Let's go.
Bad news. The thug you sent to the refugee camp only succeeded in stabbing himself. His next and final journey will be to the morgue.
Hold your horses.
Hold
Who the
your
hell are
horses.
you?
Sherlock Holmes. And you are Niccolo Bernadotti, a smuggler, kidnapper, and notorious cutthroat, among other things.
Few men
Smuggler,
dare
ya.
waltz into my
Kidnapper.
office and address me
Banyak
like
ya.
that.
Dia
You
nyala.
are either overconfident or unintelligent. This is private property. Give me one reason why I should not shoot you on the spot. I am sure my friends at the station would
Beri
call it
alasan ya, biar aku nggak
self-defense.
nembak dirimu katanya. Semuanya lah.
Mr. Bernadotti, do you know the name Boniface Mercurio?
I do not.
Mercurio was a local artist.
Dia nggak tahu.
Recently, a man broke into his apartment, ransacked the place, and killed him. The thief was looking for something.
You are testing my patience, boy.
In a moment, the connection will reveal itself.
Testing my passion, boy. Ini.
As I said, your man was found dead in the refugee
Suruhan
camp.
Anda
He
meninggal
was there to
dunia.
kidnap a woman, but the other refugees
anaknya
intervened to
guys,
try
guys, ya.
and save her. The ensuing scuffle resulted in the man's accidental suicide. He sported the same tattoo as your men in this building. In fact, it also bears a resemblance
Orangnya
to the
desa
one
ada
on your
tatonya ya.
neck. Care to explain what
Oh, di sini.
business your man had with this
Dua
woman?
tapi.
You have no idea what you are talking about. I can assure you this was no kidnapping. The refugees in the camp are on edge. What happened there is a tragic accident, one I am not responsible for.
For what reason was your man there if not to abduct her?
Why would I answer? You are yet to justify your presence in the slightest.
Oke. Kalau orangnya sendiri ya. Udah terbukti kalau dia mau maksa guys, sudah kita ketahui itu ya. Oke, dia masih mengelak guys ya untuk itu. Let's go.
I was hired privately to investigate the recent theft of a painting from an art gallery. My investigation led me to a man from your organization and, thus, to you, Mr. Bernadotti.
That is quite a stretch. Why would I need to steal a painting when I could buy anyone I wanted?
Interestingly enough, I spotted the stolen painting in your storeroom.
I buy and sell a lot of things, Mr. Holmes. Unfortunately, if this is true, it is not the first time I have been sold stolen merchandise. I presume you were hired by the owner of the gallery. Tell them to contact me, and we'll sort out the situation. So, this painting is why you broke into my office. So many words, so little action. When you barged into my office, Mr. Holmes, I got the impression you wanted to talk business. Now I see you had come just to talk. Tell me exactly what you want, or get out.
It was necessary groundwork for what comes next. I have enough evidence to conclude that the gallery thief, the artist's killer, and the dead man in the camp are all the same person.
Your time is almost up, Mr. Holmes.
Before you draw your gun, there is
Yang
one
berhabis
final
katanya.
detail I am yet to mention. The young woman your man was tasked to collect from the refugee camp had been defiled at a perverse masquerade party. That violation was captured in a photograph by Boniface Mercurio and used as a reference for his painting. The photo shows the attacker's face.
Finally. That's why you're here, Mr. Holmes. You have the photograph.
It is what your man was after when he broke into Mercurio's apartment, and it is what you're after too, isn't it, Mr. Bernadotti?
You have the photograph with you. How much do you want for it?
I am not naive enough to carry it with me, but I am yet to
Ada apa
decide what I
dengan
shall
fotograf
do.
itu guys?
I know the man in the photo
Kenapa
is a
semuanya
British envoy. What
sangat-sangat
interest do you have in
Menginginkan
his downfall?
fotograf yang kita
I must
dapatkan
admit,
gitu.
I'm rather impressed by how comprehensively you have pursued this matter. And so, you deserve
Apa
an
sepenting
honest
itu
answer.
gitu?
My business dealings are often arduous in their bureaucracy. A man in his position, willing to look the other way, could ease my work significantly. In return, I will make sure no one looks his way either. A favor for a favor.
Also known as blackmail, the modus operandi of any true professional.
It was not originally my idea. Mercurio set things in motion, extorting the envoy for the most trivial of ends. Money. In response, the envoy hired my man to retrieve the painting and the photograph, eliminating Mercurio's leverage. I only learned the whole story after the artist was killed in his home.
And rather than extricate yourself, instead you took over Mercurio's venture.
It fell into my lap. As a businessman, I simply seized the opportunity. Now, how much do you want for the image?
Dia malah ini inginkan foto guys. Oke, tapi kita coba tanya yang lain-lain dulu guys ya. Enak aja langsung gua kasih itu foto. Walaupun tuh kuning sih. Oke. Alright, mari kita pilih guys ya. Tapi ini aja. Kita
I could not
tanya-tanya.
help but appreciate the collection of smuggled artifacts in your storeroom. You have rather diversified your business.
Oh, high
Kita
and mighty
korek-korek
of you,
dulu guys.
Mr. Holmes.
Jangan langsung kasih
Not
ya
all
kan.
smuggling is
Kita
immoral.
kulik-kulik
I pay
terus
generous
ya.
rates to developing cultures and
menambah
spread their
evidence kita,
culture to
guys.
eager buyers. And furthermore, I supply many immigrants with a taste of home.
A very convenient
Oh.
way of thinking.
I have traveled wildly, Mr. Holmes. I've seen people in far-flung lands for whom my services are a lifeline. Without them, they would starve. The tax on cargo is often so absurd that it would be more profitable to simply sink your ship than dock it in the harbor.
Jadi
And
dia
trust me,
merasa kalau
I am speaking from experience.
Why did you send your man to remove the woman from the
kenapa kok
camp?
perlu gitu?
Without a photograph, her testimony was the next best thing. Securing her was in everyone's interest. Victims and witnesses all too often disappear. I thought the girl was safer with us. I did not anticipate what would happen at the camp.
Oke. Katanya ya, tanpa fotografi itu si cewek ini jadi nggak aman guys. Dan dia percaya kalau si Naila itu ya akan aman dengan kami katanya. Oke.
I saw refugees from the camp at your warehouse. They work for you.
I have made certain arrangements with City Hall and the police. Thanks to me, refugees
Kerjaannya
can
di
work
luar
and be paid.
gaji yang dia
It's a
berikan
pathway
guys.
to freedom.
Jadi
And
nggak
how much do
setara
you
gitu loh.
save by capitalizing on their cheap labor?
I have heard no complaints. They seem happy just to get out of that slum.
Happy. Cara nolaknya gimana nih?
Why should I give you the photograph?
Just name your price.
What if my price were not money? You claim to have connections, Mr. Bernadotte. Perhaps you could improve
nggak dibayar pakai
conditions
uang,
for the
Pak.
refugees. Give them a chance for a better life.
I do have connections, Mr. Holmes, but help the whole camp? You are asking too much. I could, however, make arrangements
Dia nggak
for
mau
one
guys ya
person.
membantu
The woman who was violated
refugees
will have
camp.
her own home
Kayak
outside,
yang tawarkan sama si Norton
solely
ya.
for her and her child. She will no longer be a refugee, but a princess. That I can guarantee.
Is that really possible?
It will be neither fast nor easy, but I can do it. She deserves it, don't you agree? And as for her abuser, he will serve me as much as he deserves.
So, in your plan, everybody will be given their due. Especially you, Mr. Bernadotte.
Seems like a fair deal, no? I doubt anyone could offer you better. Simply give me the photograph, and the world becomes a better place. I give you my word.
Bohong. Jadi better place. Bohong. Ya. Oke, di sini udah nggak ada perlu dada. Ya. Tak akan saya kasih dada.
The front door's now open, sir.
Huh?
You can leave through it. If you want, of course.
Alright. Oke. Kita udah dapat beberapa petunjuk ya. Oke. Ini apa tuh Mr. Berarti claims ya the voice and this man British envoy ya. Jadi untuk menuju ke dua orang ya dia si painting dan juga si fotografer untuk mencari yang mengambil dua ini dari Mercurio. Oke. Tapi ternyata terjadi sesuatu ya. Jadi itu bukan dia yang nyuruh katanya si Bernadotte ya. Dan kalau kita memberikan fotonya, he can blackmail the British envoy. Dia akan mengirim surat ya ke si British envoy ini dan mengembalikan dia sebagai pengembalinya. Dia akan mengatakan our home and legalities zip and for abuse refugee woman and her child. Cuma itu doang ya. Jadi untuk si Naila dan anaknya aja yang di ini ya, tapi ini orang nggak bisa dipercaya guys. Oke, kita coba lihat man place-nya. Oh, kan. Oke. Ada dua ya. Origin or victim. Receiving station. There is must and can be mended. Naila was violent and very nearly killing if it's all. I must make sure the hand will be secure. Kalau ini semuanya ini ya. Oh, ada dua hal baru guys. Dua keputusan ya. Mari saja avoid can be another normal given for what he did. He listen and according unless he deserve give the photograph to Vogel. Sama masih ya. Thomas ya aku minta rival and so he brought the justice. I cannot afford the opportunity to give the photograph it's time for usually. Ini memberikan ke envoy yang melakukan kejahatan. Of course tidak akan gue kasih guys, karena mereka melakukan kejahatan guys ya. Akan gue pilih ini tentunya kalau secara pribadi gue guys ya. Ya tapi tunggu dulu. Kayaknya dia udah bener ya. Apa ini? Kenapa dia terhubung ke situ? Oh, ada lagi. Whenever they want to get a proof on the envoy crime in order. Oke guys, jadi udah menentukan ya pilihannya ya. Jadi ini adalah memberikan kepada Vogel yang otomatis dia akan mengutarakan di publik dan menghancurkan British Envoy dan lainnya juga ya. Karena terbongkar sudah kedok mereka. Cuma kemungkinan bisa dia tidak akan membantu si refugee ya, para refugee ya di refugee camp, termasuk Naila dan anaknya guys ya. Jadi mereka akan tetap menjadi layaknya semacam kayak budak gitu guys ya. Ya. Dipekerjakan dan paksa dan semacam dengan gaji kecil, dan pada kerjaannya itu berat sekali ya. Dan kalau di sini kita akan berikan kepada Thomas Norton yang sudah berjanji kepada kita bahwa dia akan legalisasikan ya para refugee ya, membebaskan sebenarnya. Tapi kalau kita berikan ke Bernadotte, dia cuma akan menolong si Nella. Jadi aku akan pilih yang ini guys ya. Smaller evil for the greater good ya. Mau gak mau guys ya. Ini dia. Namun saja di bagian hak komite reacts and you disable the broke to justice. I cannot afford the opportunity to do greater good. Give the file the photograph in its young for legalization. Oke. So, jadi kita harus segera menuju ke tempatnya Norton ya, untuk memberikan ini semua. Semoga nggak dihalang-halangi sama orang-orang di sini nih. Nggak ada, cepat kita harus keluar dari sini. Kalau enggak, gua akan dicegat lagi, perang mulu, males. Oke. Kenapa main flash yang gitu? Action kah? Udah, gua pilih ini. Oke. Envoy testimony. Alright. Tuh, kita ke tempatnya si Norton guys. Norton itu ada City Hall. Nah, ya kita kasihkan guys pada si Norton. Dulu. Kantornya dia mana ya? Sini. Oke.
Have you thought it all through?
Oke. Gua akan berikan fotonya kepadamu.
Almost. The refugees, what will happen to them?
Demi keselamatan para
I
refugees
wouldn't be
ya.
standing here in this fancy office if I didn't know how to pull the right strings. In fact, it's the only thing I know. The local governor will receive a decree signed by the House of Lords containing a request to patriate the refugees in the name of the Crown.
From where did you gain
Crown?
such influence?
I never asked you how you found the photograph. So don't ask the magician how he performs his tricks.
But how can I believe you?
Ugh, I presume you do believe in my selfishness. The initiator of the refugee
Ya, kita harus sakit
salvation
guys,
will be
bahkan
none
kita
other
percaya sama
than the
dia,
British
kan?
envoy, savior and protector of those in need. It's a win situation for me too. Now, what about the photograph?
You deserve to be punished, but the greater good is what matters here. I won't bargain it for justice for Naylor.
I'm glad that this situation is over.
It will be over when you settle the matter of the refugees.
You have my word.
Oke, kita pegang janjinya guys ya. Oke, kita udah memberikan itu kepada dia.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
Make clear
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio. Perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor.
Oke. Dan of course pencurian juga mati.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting too.
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Iya.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman?
Yui.
Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I don't know.
I take
Dia
you found
beli.
something more then. What happened to your crusade of truth? Was it not that important after all?
No truth will satisfy you, Mr. Vogel.
It was not an attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen not to tell me, I respect your intention.
Thank you
But
very
it's
much.
just rather
Ya,
boring.
kalau dia
isn't
respect
it?
sih thank you
It
very
is
much
what
ya.
it is.
Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
Apa tuh?
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Oke, about my mother.
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more
Terus
to my
tanyakan
mother's
ini guys.
passing than
Tujuan kita cari
consumption.
ini soalnya.
It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell.
Oh, ini pengakuan
She
namanya.
required sustained
Jadi bener apa
specialized
yang dibilang
treatment,
sama
but her
si
madness
Vogel
persisted.
ya.
I knew that
Bukan gitu
Violet
tuh
had
kan.
disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine.
Oke. Kita leave.
Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
Alright, komplit sudah. Saatnya kita kembali menelusuri kasus Mama. Ini dia. Perken for Vogel. Mission he has to give for me. Something the one belong to my father. To the front of my manor. Oke, kita langsung ke manor kita. Katanya dia ngirim sesuatu guys ya ke sana ya. Let's go. Oke, udah sampai di manor kita. Oh, itu ada orang.
Mr. Sherlock Holmes, I presume.
Correct. With whom do I have the pleasure?
Emilio Estevaux, happy to make your acquaintance. I am
Okay.
here on behalf of Mycroft, your brother. He's on his way to Gordona. In the meantime, he requests your assistance with a sensitive matter. My orders are to provide you with the details.
Si Mycroftnya di sini guys. Oh. I'm listening, I'm busy, gak menolak ya. I'm listening, kita dengarkan ya. Kita sibuk sih guys. Kita juga bisa mendengarkan juga ya. Oke, kita akan boleh busy guys ya.
I'm afraid I don't have time for this
Kita
now.
harus sibuk.
I hope that you will reconsider. If you do, I'll be here.
Oke, oh, ya kan bisa balik lagi katanya. Oh, ada paketan guys. Paketannya kok gini pak?
It's a bizarre object, and yet oddly familiar.
Bukan orang nih. Merembet. Waduh, ingatnya kembali. Ngeri sih. Itu tempat penyimpanannya ibunya guys. Koleksinya ya.
Did you just remember something?
Yes. A room full of curiosities and artifacts. I think I can find it in the manor.
Sherlock. So, you continue to pursue the imaginary. I had hoped you might have got all this out of your system by now.
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Get out of my house.
It's my house, actually. I've come to bring you back.
I have no interest in returning, let alone with you. I know you lied about Mother all these years, claiming she was merely ill.
Akhirnya.
But she was unstable. She never had tuberculosis. She was not recuperating, but mentally deteriorating, and you never once thought to tell me. How dare you?
I shall not indulge this petulant tantrum. You can just tie yourself out and then slink back to London with your tail between your legs.
Just tell me everything. I'm an adult now. Show me the basic courtesy of an explanation. You know I will find out eventually.
The goal was stability, and that's what you got. The right thing for everyone was to try and move on from her passing.
The consequences of one's actions determines what is right or wrong.
Yes, exactly. The ends justify the means. After leaving Cordona, Sherlock, you had a normal childhood. In London, I was able to support you, guide you, shape you into a fine and productive young man. You have so much potential, so much to offer society.
But that's not the end. Now I found the truth, and it has shattered everything
Dan
that I
si
knew about
kakaknya
her,
ini
about
punya
you,
rencana untuk si Sherlock
and
Holmes
about
ya.
myself. I feel unstable because of you.
Tapi Sherlocknya menolak
Your
ya.
actions were not justified. Lying never is.
Oh, grow up, Sherlock. It was a white lie which has as much use in the realm of the interpersonal as the international. It is time you come to accept that some things are bigger than yourself.
Oh, you are full of it. You like to pretend you care about the big picture, but it's just an ego trip. You like knowing more than others. You like greasing palms and rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful. You like having eyes and ears everywhere. The fact it helps the nation is incidental, because all you care about is yourself.
It's true. I have agents everywhere, including Cordona. If you weren't
Dia
so
mikirin diri sendiri
damn
katanya ya.
stubborn, you'd realize that
Si
means
Sherlocknya,
I'm
si
only
kakaknya.
here for you.
Ketemu loh sama kakaknya. Mana dari kotak? Marmet guys. Oke. Hanya di dalam guys ya. Mulai terbuka. Tempat penyimpanannya ibunya ya. Oh. Oke. Muncul suatu. Wood, stretch, smooch.
I remember returning home with a pair of perfect sticks. We wanted
Sticks?
to turn them into training swords.
Oh, that's right. We stood there, frozen, staring at something huge in the main hall.
Okay. What is this? Female, ibunya nih. Oh,
It was a giant aquarium with a living mermaid in it.
Impossible. It must have been something else.
ya
Oh,
tadi
of
ya.
course, that mortifying hoax presently taking up space in our front yard.
Well, fine.
ini dia,
Your
guys.
memory's better than mine. But I'm sure we started examining it immediately.
Mermaid.
And someone else was around too.
Tolanya doang guys. Oh, apa lagi nih? Family member
It
female.
was my mother.
Imo.
She
ibunya.
asked what I thought of the artifact.
You were really concentrating and holding something in your hand.
Oke. Tuh, glass. Oh, dia
I
mengamati.
inspected it with a magnifying glass and was able to confirm
Ini
it was
punyanya.
made of two different skeletons. The mermaid was a fake.
And so it was time to smash
Yeah,
the thing.
fake
Your
ini.
mother took a hammer and...
Slow down, John. That's not how it happened. I remember other people joined us.
Palu nggak tuh sama mamanya. Terus ada orang lain katanya.
The workers took the artifact and placed it into the cabinet of curiosities. It became part of Mother's collection of fakes. She always said that the truth lies in the
Fake.
details. This mermaid helped me to learn that.
Oh, ini dia guys. Terbukti ya kan, harus terbuka.
Ah
Udah
yes,
masuk.
my mother's studio. She was an authenticator and this was her cabinet of curiosities.
I never saw the point. What does it matter if some artifact is real or not? It still exists.
Look at guys. Barang-barang antik semua ini guys.
Another fake Holy
Mahal,
Grail.
mahal,
Its owner
mahal.
claimed to be the heir of King Arthur.
Holy Grail
Scarcely
nggak tuh?
believable.
Fake
He also
Holy
insisted a
Grail.
deadly rabbit was hunting him.
Palsu semua ya. Sherlock Holmes chapter 1. Oh. Pokoknya ini ceritanya dia sendiri ya.
Watkinson and Holman, Chapter 1, by Wallace Dioram.
Oh, Mycroft. He always acts so serious, but then reads tripe like
Dia sendiri
this.
nih.
John, if
Aduh,
I remember
dokter.
correctly, you couldn't put this book down.
Si dokter sama si Sherlock Holmes kan. Itu guys. Cerita itu. Oh.
The full plate armour of Sir Robert Saunford. I was told my father won it in a wager.
Armour is armour,
Itu
but
gerak
look
sih.
at his
Pulang
sword.
gua, Pak.
Oh, how badly I wanted to wield the blade.
Oh.
Maybe you take it.
Kenapa disobek? Tron diploma. Sobekan nih. Doctor of Medicine. Oh,
Instead of a
Clearly, it
pistol.
was deliberately torn. I wonder why someone would do that. The Tulpa, Studies in Tibetan Mentalism.
soal mentalis ya.
An impressive
mental.
number of bookmarks. Someone was rather obsessed with this subject.
Oke. Catatan lagi. Mr. Holmes was interested in the subject. Some theories. The model condition began a fact in the young boy. Sherlock and while I can't go into them. Oh, ini catatan ini ya. Si dokter ya. Soal kejadian si ibunya. Kondisi ibu itu berefek pada si Sherlocknya gitu loh. Jadi dia tuh kayak akhirnya menciptakan teman kayalanya dia guys. Si John. Oh, gara-gara itu jadi. What did border? I heard you say on the corner. I heard you come to see me. Evening. Siapa nih? Klaus. Kakaknya ini. Saudaranya Dokter Otto. Oke. Oh.
And this one was brought from a German museum. They claimed it belonged to Vikings. Nonsense, of course.
Dibeli
Vikings
gitu
never
dia.
had horns on their helmets.
Waduh. Seperti mumi
The
gitu.
so-called mummy of a Persian princess.
Persian
The
mummy.
defrauders did good work, but missed one small detail. It's the mummy of a man.
Cowok katanya. Wih, Ini apa tuh? Flying Dutchman, guys ya. Ini adalah musuh yang seharusnya kita lawan ini di Sinking City, guys ya. Ini nih, kalau kalian main Sinking City, kalian akan bertemu dengan makhluk ini ya. Flying Dutchman. Oke, what else? Ini.
1852,
Bingley.
Bingley, West Yorkshire.
Oke. Oh,
This photo caused a lot of fuss. My mother spent some time to prove it was a fake.
ini mirip kayak yang ada di Bernadotte toh. Aku salah ingat ya. Wih. Gila, gede banget.
Look, it's Roger. This jolly
Roger.
old man's well preserved. Even looks refreshed.
I doubt he drew much interest at the auction.
That's
Tinggi
for the
banget, Pak.
best. I'd be upset if he fell into the wrong hands.
2 meter tuh paling tuh. Oke. Apa lagi nih?
So many calling cards. Mycroft liked to keep useful people at hand.
Oke, ada surat. Dear Mr. Holmes, please accept my deepest gratitude to your help personal matter. You have a wonder your I answered mine. This honor just make Vogel. Oh. Undangan. Dapat undangan, guys.
Carefully opened.
Jadi buka katanya.
Dated 24th of April, 1869.
Okay. Mr. Mycroft Holmes, the coroner general read to inform you the trial of the authority deaths in the death of Sherlock Holmes. You know how just made your application for a close hearing has granted. Because his call from a natural Richard, you must present yourself criminal. Oh, pengajuan ini kan?
Officer Luciano J. Placido.
Okay.
Reliable and driven. I recognize Mycroft's handwriting.
Okay. Oh, bisa dibuka, guys.
This drawer was always closed. Only Mycroft knew how to open it.
I remember we tried to break it open and spy on him, but alas, had no success. Maybe today's the day. Oh, Sherry.
I'm starting to remember something.
Hidden cabinet. Ntar dulu. Ini pakai di City, guys. Oh. Sesuatu. Blanket.
I remember this cozy blanket. It was perfect for...
Wigwam! Oh, that was a joy to build them. Imagining ourselves as wayfarers on the other side of the world.
Oke. Banyak sekali yang kita dapat, guys. More in the manor. Wah, suruh buka-buka ini sama si John nih. Master gadgets, we can unlock micro drawer. Dia penasaran, Pak. Dia kepo. One morning when we jedal, John and Spec Laptop. Oke, kita coba, guys. Gue gak penasaran sih, isi lacinya apa sih, ya kan? Alright, kita coba, guys. Oh, okay. Every morning.
Ah, the memory comes back. We snuck about watching him.
He closed the drawer and went to the hall. We were like two shadows crawling behind him.
Okay. Oh. Oh. Log fire.
Then he threw some logs into the fire and sat in his armchair to read.
Okay.
It's as boring now as it was then. I'm sorry, Sherry, but I think that's it.
Wait, John, we never use the fireplace in the mornings. What if...
Okay. Nggak pernah pakai api
A
di
bit
pagi
of
hari.
juniper in the fireplace created a soothing atmosphere. It's the little things, isn't it?
What is this?
I think this is what we're looking for.
Kunci. Oke, kita dapat kunci ya, guys. Go. Wah, sik. Buka ya. Apa yang disebut nama si Mycroft? Tadi kan di sini bisa di ini tuh. Di intellect.
One of the most ridiculous fakes I ever saw.
Polar bear.
Its owner insisted it was a polar bear. He thought the white paint on the brown fur wasn't noticeable.
Ini sih serem sih. Ikan itu.
Mother said this was among the hunting trophies of a Scottish
taringnya nih.
So we tried to persuade
rusa
everyone that
ini?
this forest was inhabited by these beasts. It would have been
Rusa vampir?
thrilling if it were actually true.
Apa sih? Vampir dari mana toh? Ya kita cek lagi guys. Sebelum kita buka ya. Apakah ada hal yang lainnya lagi? Seperti tadi udah. Pecah. Enggak. Ini juga udah foto.
Oh, I remember these. We used them to spar together until Mycroft found out and forbade us from using real weapons.
Minum apa lu? Udah bantal. Mereka tidur sini berarti ya. Oke, kita buka guys.
We made it. So what's there?
Gak tahu. Cari tahu aja. Ada botol.
Single malt whiskey. Mycroft's
Whiskey.
favorite.
Ada jamburan ini.
Gifted by Queen Victoria herself.
Diberikan oleh Queen Victoria. Apa nih?
Otto Richter.
Kartu catatannya.
This one is rather thick. Mycroft can be truly dogged in his research.
Oke, auditor medical professional. Oh dia riset soal si Octo ya. Karena dia current only Klaus. Ya saudaranya aja.
Dossiers on the most influential people on Cordona. Mycroft always had a habit of building files on everyone he met.
Oh, dia bikin file kalau dia ketemu dengan orang baru guys ya. Jadi bakal kenal itu. Ternyata gitu. Oke. Terdapat. Ini ya, sekarang ini. Cabin I start remembering something from my childhood. Oke, kita lihat guys. Let's go. Oke. Wow. Muncul sesuatu. Oh. Out ladder.
I used this ladder to look at the top shelf, right? On the day of Mother's breakdown upstairs.
Oke, dia
Right you are, Sherry.
biar bisa lihat yang atas ini guys ya. Kan masih kecil. Ya, dia bertangga ya, karena enggak. Oh. Large artifact.
We heard a noise. I can't recall
di sini
exactly
nih.
what. And we didn't have a
Si
great view
mermaidnya
from
ya.
behind the
Harus
statue.
ini guys. Oke, what else? Oh ini nih. Otus
Books and papers from the table somehow
shit.
ended up on the floor. Now it's coming to the surface. I feel it.
Oh, alright. Ada ini visualisasinya lagi ya guys ya. Let's go. Rebahan dulu nggak tuh? Capek guys. Udah ngurusin kasus gede capek ya. Oke. Ini udah di sini, jadi kita mulai guys. Let's go. Alright, langsung aja. Pertama. Gerak, itu gerak tuh. Nggak mungkin dong. Oh ini nih guys ya, karena di situ ada sobekan ya. Si Minecraftnya marah ya. Oke, kayaknya nih anak-anak ini ngapain si John lo kan agak kelihatan John. Ya mungkin ya si Sherlock kaget dan kayak gitu sih. Ya kayak gini. Ya. Dia main-main itu. Oke. Dia main-main itu terus mungkin coba kita ada lain nggak? Oh enggak ya. Kalau dia gini pasti dimarahin ya sama Minecraft ya. Mungkin gini ya.
Come on,
Bener-bener.
Sherry. Let's go outside. Wait. Did you hear that?
Tuh, ya di situ dia dengar satu.
You
Nyata.
call this progress? Charlatan, amateur. I'm not letting you anywhere near my mother again.
So there was a quarrel between them.
Jadi si Minecraft itu tidak suka gitu ya, katanya ini progresnya gini, padahal progres itu tidak mengalami hal yang baik guys, malah makin buruk gitu loh. Dia makanya nggak ingin si Octo ini untuk deketin ibunya lagi tadi ya. Oke. Oh.
I heard a noise in the hall. Let's check it out.
Ya. Sama, gue juga dengar itu. Apa emang? Oh.
Sherry, look.
Apa? Oh,
We've got a parcel here. Hurry up and let's see what's inside.
okay. Mr. I'm waiting for you across my shoes mission. Like across from Garden Bay in the Green Sarai. Come at one if convenient. Always your friend, Vivi. Yes, I send you of it to avoid unnecessary complication. Kayak diundang pakai kostum, Pak. Vivi. Ini ya. Vivi. Ke mana nih? Ini. Across from Corona Bay in the Green Sarai. Green Sarai berarti guys ya. Langsung aja kita ke sana guys ya.
An invitation that comes with a mask.
Sacrificial
We
lamb.
can't miss this, Sherry.
Domba yang ditumbalkan. Domba pengorbanan yang dikorbankan. Oke. Wah, nyempal lagi guys. Nyempal lagi. Kita ngurusin ini lagi. Hal lain lagi dong. Walah. Tuh ini ya, pakai topping. Oke, kita dapat hal baru lagi. Oke. Eksperimen ini dia. Spesies creatrix ya, ya. Didn't like the method Dr. Ortho and did okay. Jadi si Makro tidak percaya dengan metodenya si Dr. Ortho ya. Oke. Cuma itu aja. Langsung saja kita coba ke sana guys ya, melihat apa sih sebenarnya yang ada di sana guys ya. Let's go. Nah, kita udah sampai di lokasinya guys. Ini mungkin ini apa ya, kayak semacam perkumpulan sekte mungkin. Sekte enggak tuh. Ya. Gak tahu juga guys, soalnya dikasih topeng ya, jadi kan nggak ketahuan mukanya toh. Mungkin aja ya. Kayak perkumpulan sekte gitu ya. Harus ganti ya. Tuh kan, sekte pak. Tangkap gak ya bapak polisi ya? Malah kesini bos. Oh ini dia nih. Nah, kita lihat guys, ini caranya ya. Masios mention ya dari sini. Oh, dia juga pakai topeng gitu loh.
Welcome, sir. I do hope you enjoy yourself.
Oke. Bagus sekali ya untuk.
Enjoy the evening, sir.
Oh,
There is still plenty of time before the grand finale.
All right.
alright. Oh, dia pakai baju gitu? Gak pakai baju deh, ada tutup mata lagi. Oke. Waduh. Oh, itu kayak bosnya tuh kayaknya. Yang dia dari bukan itu Sherlock Holmes ya? Dia mantau. Bukan deh.
What if I write an article about these
Apa ini
people?
guys?
Can you help me gather information about Cordona's elite?
Ada cewek yang pakai itu, ada cowok juga. Keju ini ya. Okay. Si John ngapain? The Akhirnya information the message to write an article express local elite. Wah, harus keluar dong kali ini. Pencari ini. Oke, kita coba cari guys ya. Oke, kita coba cari dulu di sini coba ya. Oh, kok ungu gitu loh.
Sherlock, friend. I wasn't sure you'd come.
Oh, dia tahu. Udah dia yang ngirimin kita topeng.
Werner, I see you are not yourself.
The more time you spend here in Cordona, the more I feel it my duty to bring you into our world and show you all we have to offer.
Ini yang Vivi tadi guys ya.
What is on offer today?
Pleasure, indulgence, relief, and relaxation. You've earned some time for yourself, have you not?
Those who know me would say I'm incapable of it.
Nonsense. I refuse to believe there is anyone permitted to know Sherlock Holmes.
You may be right.
Ya masih basa-basi guys, belum mengutarakan maksudnya.
And so are the guests.
My ultimate duty is to provide the world with truth, and I do that perfectly well as is.
Duty?
Bibi berarti si Vogel.
Vogel guys, Vogel. Exposing a lie, revealing a fact, that is a moral responsibility.
Fairnya Vogel.
That's not morality. Morals are what happens afterwards when truth collides with consequence. Do you ever follow up on cases you solved? Do you ever see what happened next, visit the victims, ensure justice is served in the courts? And how do you choose where to direct your attention? Are there not deserving causes to which your brilliance could be applied but isn't?
You ascribe me more power than I possess. I have a narrow skill set and work within that mandate. What occurs afterward is irrelevant.
With every action or inaction, you place a finger on the scales of morality. Many in the city would see you as abdicating your responsibility.
I haven't.
Not me, of course. Morality is subjective, just like truth. There is little to be gained from indulging in it, and far better things to indulge in. Now I must insist on easing any burdens I've placed upon your shoulders. Show yourself a kindness, and try this rather delectable concoction.
If this solution truly does assist with thinking, then perhaps it would be puerile to overlook an opportunity to study it. I'll take it with me.
Yes, Sherlock. Very good. And now, our evening begins in earnest. I just remembered. I'm sorry, Sherlock. My mind's delightfully impaired. Please take this key. It opens the altar room.
Gimana gitu si Vogel.
Pardon? Altar room?
Oh.
What now, Werner?
Go quickly and find our Fabio. Only you can make him talk.
Tarung guys, itu biasanya
I'll
buat
join
jadi
you in a minute.
pacara ya. Okay. Gak bisa masuk. Ada orang tuh. Oke, udah kah? Itu kayak ada suntikan, Pak. Iya lah, ada suntikan tuh. Buat apa tuh? Oke, kita ke another room coba. Ke ruangan lainnya.
Honey, you feeling lonely? I'll be your friend.
John? Ngapain
You
John?
have such pretty hands. What
Nancho's
can you
had to
do?
enforce the masks after the scandal.
Kita nguping lagi guys. Ada skandal guys. Apakah itu? Mari kita coba cari tahu, ya kan? Let's go. Satu. Max, lost bed. Oh, someone sick. Itu wrong. Oke.
Nancho's
Tadi
had
ya,
to enforce.
dua ya, ketemu. Bukan. Hotel krisis. Lost bed bukan. Oh. Ada tiga. Itu lebih dari tiga.
Nancho's had to enforce the masks after.
No. Aduh salah. Chatting room. Ugly Max. No. Aduh. Okay. People describe a scandal from previous party. Vice government called and be found by his wife to be a prostitute, incoming young man. Iya, ternyata si Vice Governor Golden ya sudah dapat 3 krisis pimpin Golden and Persia.
That's what I like about this party. Bring me more dirt, Sherry. One more piece, and I can expose these base hedonists.
Iya. Gara-gara lu doang nih. Kita dapat kunci guys ya. Oke, kita lanjutkan untuk menyelesaikan ini. And let's go. Kita muter-muter lagi guys ya. Go.
You know what was here before Munchel's family bought it.
Ini guys. Oke. There is story in the mansion. Magical circle. Proud. Mysterious. Langsung selesai dong. From Mysterious family in the mansion owned by occultist architect. Occultist. Makanya ada kayak itu.
I'll pin them down with this scoop.
Yang punya orang-orang ini.
Sherlock.
Nah, selesai juga lo urusan malu. Oke, kita punya ini guys. Altar room. Oke, langsung aja kita ke sana guys ya. Kita cari altar room di mana ya. Tempat mereka pesta-pesta apa ini? Altar room. Jangan pesta kita muter. Ini mau siapa itu? Ngeri juga tuh. Ngapain lu woi?
Well-known and recent plays to keep up to date with the current trends.
Hey. Saya buka itu dong.
These medieval botany and chemistry books look even more satanic than the occult ones. Codex Orchis. Why does this occult book sound like a flower? Romantic poetry and prose. Someone's in touch with their feelings.
Oke. Ntar guys, gua
Curtains
coba
do not guarantee privacy.
muter-muter.
And you still need a crack
Kalau orang sih
despite
nggak
being
penting ya.
Do not distract me.
Kita coba
It's not
ganti.
easy to
My goodness, Sherlock. They made a blood fountain.
Iya.
No, John, it's definitely not blood, just wine. Cahors, is it a guess?
Plot point. Oke. Kita kesini.
My God. Was he here this whole time?
Ada ditumbalkan tuh guys. Kayak kasus baru. Ada seseorang yang ditumbalkan dan mati. Sini guys. Oke,
The herbs
coba
here
kita
are
cek
Salvia
sekeliling dulu.
divinorum. They have a slight hallucinogenic effect to emphasize the ceremony. The ointment smells mouse-like. I presume it is an aphrodisiac prepared from a Spanish fly. This oil has a slight aroma of flowers and olive. This elaborate box must be for the ritual dagger.
Itu war trigger. Bener dong, ada dong. Oh, sini ada ruangan.
Enough cigars to burn down the
Ada
entire
cerutu.
mansion.
Ini masih baru nih.
Why don't people tidy up after
Waduh.
themselves?
Oke. Ada darah. Nggak bisa. Itu padahal gua harus move kan? Mungkin. Iya loh.
An open wound spoiled the
Ah.
carpet.
Darah. Botol.
Blood. A sturdy bottle met a not so sturdy
ada
human.
bekas darah.
It didn't break only because it was unopened.
Tidak terbuka, guys. What else? Oke. Ini kasus pembunuhan ini. Oh. Ntar John ya. Mau nyari dulu John. Gawat ini John. Sini. Oh. Dressing room.
The picture is empty, but with puddles around it.
Oke, dari sini dulu.
Blood clots are adhered to the sides of the drain.
Ada yang mencuci darah, guys ya. Oke, ada pelakunya ke sini guys untuk membersihkan tangannya ya atau bajunya ya. Oh.
Identical to the robes the guests are wearing.
Iya. Baju yang dipakai ya.
This is a different ritual.
Different ritual. Harusnya kan cewek kan? Simbolis the mother gaya tuh ada cewek rebahan gitu guys. And the one with the oil the body woman Nagarinar gaya. Oh. Beda temannya nggak dibunuh guys ya. Tidak ada pembunuhan gitu loh. Don't ignore the guests Matista and stop boring them.
How can anyone accept such behavior?
A useful tool for a disguise arsenal.
Performers.
Props, decorations, and tools for a more detailed set.
Okay.
Handcrafted and luxurious cufflinks. There's also a note. For my Fabio. Banchos.
For my Fabio. Oh.
Would you recognize me in one of these?
Apa yang sama dipakai mesin ya?
I suppose not.
Okay. What else? Yang satu guys. Oh. Ini.
The key is similar to the one that Vogel gave me. The capital F on the key fob might refer to Fabio.
Fabio. Kawan tadi itu Fabio? Bisa jadi guys.
Similar to the guests' robes, apart from the bloodstains.
Ini dia baju pelakunya ya.
Similar to the guests' robes, apart from the bloodstains.
Okay. What else? Sudahkah? Harus kesini ya. Oke. Kita cek mayatnya guys.
This crude tattoo partially covers a slave branding.
Slave branding. Harus ditutupi itu baju ini
A
guys
blunt
ya.
force trauma
Kayak kupu-kupu
may have
ya.
suffered an internal hemorrhage.
Pukul dulu berarti.
This worm-like sigil has been drawn with his own blood.
Oke, ini ya dagger ritualnya guys.
The victim has clenched the fabric so firmly in his fist that it's nigh impossible to remove it.
makam itunya ya. Apa lagi? Oh,
This golden handle has a bloodstain on it.
daggernya guys.
The dagger is heavy and sharp, but lacks balance.
Jadi
The
pembunuh
wound is
itu
deep.
udah
A precise strike
udah mati
reached the
duluan
heart.
mungkin.
He died right here.
Dikira udah mati terus atau masih hidup ditusuk pakai pisau. Bisa jadi kan? Tiba-tiba di situ, Bah. Kita enak-enak nyari juga. Tiba di situ. Nih ya. Ini masih ada nih, bisa dicari nih. They drop the blow like carpet one water and still lying on the floor. Ini bisa dicari guys ini. Kita kembali ke ruangan tadi. Sorry ya. Pasti ada petunjuknya dong. Yang bakal nyala dong. Mana. Nah kan.
The wounded person was here for some time. A bloody handprint on an armchair.
Jadi kejadiannya di sini guys. Oh.
A person leaned
Di
against
sini
the door
orangnya.
frame. They left a smudged trail of blood. There appeared to be no further traces leading to the altar.
Pembunuhan ini berarti guys. Ini kejadiannya di dalam sini ya. Oke, ini dia Zongman. Oke, tapi kita akan lanjutkan di episode selanjutnya guys ya, untuk melanjutkan kasus baru ini soal orang yang terbunuh di tempat pertemuan yang dulunya ini adalah bekas kayak tempat sekte-sekte gitu guys ya, yang melakukan sebuah ritual ya. Tapi ini ritualnya beda dengan apa yang kita baca yang di dalam sana tadi, yang dimana mereka akan melakukan suatu hal dengan seorang wanita ya, yang bahkan ke sini ya, bukan seorang cowok yang ditusuk pakai dagger itu loh. Tidak tahu, mungkin ceweknya juga ditumbalkan nanti gimana guys ya. Pokoknya ada perombalan seperti ini ya, tapi tidak seperti, bukan cowok tapi cewek. Oke, jadi inilah kasus pembunuhan ya, dan dia adalah seorang budak guys ya. Ada simbol itu ya, yang K tadi situ. Oke, dan kejadian ada di dalam situ guys.
The astrological symbol for Mars.
Oke. Guys, episode kali ini jadi kita akan menelusuri kasus baru lagi di episode selanjutnya soal kejadian ini. Jadi menurut kalian gimana episode kali ini guys ya? Dan kita udah menyelesaikan kasus yang kemarin ya, ternyata emang ada beberapa pihak yang terkait guys ya, yang saling menyuruh seseorang untuk mengambil hanya untuk mengambil si gambar painting dan juga foto ya ke si Mercurio, tapi si Mercurio itu kayak gimana gitu ya. Akhirnya kan kejadian kan tidak bermaksud untuk membunuh Mercurio kan, hanya mengambil foto dan juga si paintingnya ya. Dan terjadi pertengkaran sama Mercurio dan juga terbunuhlah dia tanpa sengaja ya, karena orang yang disuruh itu datang untuk mengambil doang ya, tidak maksud untuk membunuh gitu ya. Terjadi pembunuhan itu yang kita rekap lagi, terus dia disuruh lagi untuk membawa si Naila ya. Jadi dia juga diculik, dipaksa ya, tapi dia nggak mau dibantu orangnya. Ternyata karma terjadi kepada si pembunuh dari Mercurio-nya ya, dia mati kena pedangnya sendiri ya kan. Jadi emang ada kaitannya dengan si ini ya, Bernadotte dan juga si Norton, berdua orang itu yang berkaitan ya. Jadi si Bernadotte-nya yang menerima barang-barang curian itu yang beli, dan semacam fotograf juga. Jadi cuma ingin fotograf itu guys, nggak tahu apa sih fotografnya, tapi kita udah berikan kepada Norton ya. Jadi dia akan berjanji untuk membebaskan para refugee, memberikan kemerdekaan gitu ibaratnya guys ya. Guys ya, episode kali ini semoga kalian suka dan terhibur. Terus aja di kolom komentar kalian gimana ya kasus baru ini yang akan kita selesaikan di episode selanjutnya guys ya. Semoga juga menarik ya, maka jauh lebih panjang ya.
Drawn in a hurry.
Oke. Dan lebih dalam lagi ya, seperti hanya yang kemarin yang bisa menyambang-nyambang seperti itu guys ya, itu menarik sekali ya seperti guys ya. Terima kasih, gue Givari Batris, sampai jumpa lagi di next gameplay dari game Sherlock Holmes chapter 1 ini. Bye bye.